drink with me, it's going to it's going to be better for my vocal cords, because whispering is kind of difficult to do when you're sick. Okay, so I brought a glass as well. Should I have mixed it? I don't know. I probably should have. Oh well. It's really good actually. Okay. It has this cute penguin on it. Alright. So, first movie that I want to talk about, I've actually watched in the cinema, and it's the Nosferatu movie. I will put timestamps into the description. So if you want to skip ahead, if you do not want to hear any spoilers whatsoever, you can do so. Because I think I'll have to go into minor spoilers on why I did not like the movie at all. At all. So, I know this is a well-liked movie. I know that a lot of people enjoyed it. First of all, I'm not a big fan of horror myself. The only reason why I went to watch it in the cinema was because my friend, who is a fan of horror, wanted to see it, and she just asked me to tag along, and so I was like, sure, why not? I do not like horror movies, okay? Especially I don't like horror movies in a cinema when there's a lot of jump scares and the sound is just so loud. And this specific one was with the 3D sound, so that you can hear the Nosferatu behind you. Yeah, that is not the reason why I didn't like the movie though, okay? But I thought I would mention it because I'm not a fan of horror. Alright. You know what? I'll talk about the positives. First, the actor who played the main character, Bill Skarsgård, he played the Count Orcok. If you know, you know. He did an amazing job. Truly, when I watched that movie, I was just thinking I did not see him at all, right? Of course, he was wearing a lot of makeup, but just the whole demeanor and everything, I think he did a brilliant job, okay? Also, the movie was filmed in the Czech Republic, where I'm from. The absolute majority of it, I've heard that it was filmed in the film studios in Prague, except for the castle in Romania, the actual main Nosferatu's castle. So, yeah, that I liked. The rest, not so much. So the reason why I didn't like it is because I think that the movie tried to mix in horror with, okay, I'm just going to say with erotica, and it was not working for me, at least. It was grotesque, but not in a good way. And okay, minor spoilers. Oh, okay, these are bigger spoilers. If you're not familiar with Dracula at all, you will be spoiled. If you are, then maybe not so much, but at some point the main character is just like, well, I'm about to spread a plague all over the city because this woman does not want to sleep with me. The intentions of the main character were just also, I hated the ending. I know how the original silent movie ends, and I think that the silent movie was just so much better. This ending, if you have watched the movie, you know what I'm talking about. Please. Who thought this was a good idea? I can't. Okay. Also, a lot of the characters were just completely useless in the movie. And in the original book that I've read by Bram Stoker, they were not. They were actually capable of doing or stopping the Count Orgog. So, by the way, so his name is not Count Orgog if you haven't noticed. But just it was a no for me. I didn't like the movie. It did not work. The ending was just horrible. The only good thing about the movie were the memes. If you will watch the movie, look up the memes next. They were the best part. Also, I was so irritated after the movie. I was in a fighting mode. I was just like, why did they have to do this? Why did this happen, right? And then I went to bed. By the way, I watched the movie really late in the cinema. I went to bed around 4 a.m. I'm hearing strange noise. My first thought of my very tired brain is, he came for me next. Oh, hell no. So I rip off the sheets, and I'm in this full on fight or flight mode, except for the fact that I chose to fight. I was just like, oh, hell no. It ended up being a poster that fell off my wall, and that was knocking down some things. Yeah, anyways. Why did I think I was capable of fighting this 500-year-old creature? I don't know. And that night, my friend had a dream about the Nosferatu, and apparently I was in that dream too. And also I was just fighting everyone. Oh my god. Anyways, I was not playing in real life. And in the dreams too. Okay. Next. So the next movie is on Netflix, and it's called, if I'm not mistaken, Subservience. It has a Megan Fox in it and the actor from 365 Days. And at first, I thought that the movie was genuinely good. This is about a man whose wife is in the hospital waiting for a heart transplant, and so he bought a robot to help out with chores and help out with the kids. The robot is Megan Fox. Now, what do you think is going to happen when you have a man in a lot of stress because his wife is at the hospital? Why am I doing this accent? I don't know. And the robot looks like Megan Fox. What do you think is going to happen? Oh my god. So yeah, that was part of the plot. And then the robot kind of goes crazy after that. Now, at first it was a good movie, but the longer I watched it, the worse it got. At some point I was just sitting there completely bored, and I just wanted to watch the movie till the end because I was curious about the ending. But it was not good. The ending was not good. The second half of the movie was not good, I think. It needed something more. It just turned into an action movie without any plot, basically. And yeah, season 4 because season 5 is coming out this year. I don't know why I didn't watch season 4 before, but yeah, I like that one. It was fun. I did not figure out the plot twist early on, so it was fun for me. I'm really curious about season 5 and how it's going to end. I hope that Joe will end up behind bars, even though when you're watching the series, you somehow end up rooting for him a little bit. Like you want him to get away with what he's doing, even though you don't agree with what he's doing. I don't know. But season 4 was okay for me. I'll just wait for season 5. And then after season 5, that's it. Season 5 is the last, and I think that it should be that way. I think I don't want to see any more of Joe because I think we've seen enough of his crazy shenanigans and how much he has gotten away with. So there's that. I watched Married at First Sight, Australia season 10. So I randomly stumbled upon this reality TV show, and the whole premise is that there are, the producers pair up couples based on like their personality, characteristics, and what they're looking for, and they have them married right away. And I've looked it up, and the marriage is not legally binding. It's okay. And then they have them go on their honeymoon already, and then they live together, and they call it like the big experiment. A lot of couples do not stay together after that. I stumbled upon this randomly. It was actually on a Czech streaming service, so I started watching it. I think I watched like 6 episodes, and then they started taking down the episodes one by one, and that is because the streaming service bought the rights maybe for only a month, and so I had to like speed things up. I was only watching the most dramatic moments, and I just got involved in the drama so much. I usually do not watch reality TV and dating shows. They're not my thing, but this, I was fully involved. I looked up the people on social media, like I was glued to the screen almost. Especially because there was this one older lady that was just very different. If you want to look it up, it's season 10, Australia. I honestly want to watch more seasons because it was just so much fun. I remember there was only one season of this show in the Czech Republic, where I came from. It was not a big hit, and I remember that it was like very toned down, not a lot of PDA, I think because people were just not comfortable with doing stuff when there were a lot of cameras around. However, here I was just like they were talking about their intimacy like full on. I was just like, oh my god, like what? Very personal stuff. Just there was a lot of drama, and so I liked it much more than the Czech version because the Czech version was just boring. Again, there was only one season that aired like years ago, and people just did not like it much. But this I liked. I need to watch more seasons. Anyways, so life. Just like on social media, you block them, they cannot interact with you. Also, okay, I don't want to spoil it. I think that you should go into it just not knowing anything, basically, and just enjoy the episode. Yeah, Black Mirror, White Christmas. So good, such a good episode. Also, okay, I am looking at my notes. If I missed anything. Oh, during my Christmas break, I was watching a bunch of light-hearted movies, and the one that stuck out to me the most was Irish Wish on Netflix with Lindsay Lohan. This is not a Christmas movie, and it's about a character going for her friend's wedding to Ireland, and she meets a fairy that grants her a wish, and her wish changes the storyline completely. As in, like, it's like as if she was in a different dimension. I really like that movie. It is so fun and lighthearted. If you're in the mood for something like that, I highly, highly recommend that movie. Also, I'm doing my yearly Harry Potter marathons, so that is the only thing that I'm watching these days properly. Every Friday, I watch Harry Potter movie. I'm doing this every single year, usually after New Year's. And no matter what, on Friday I'm watching the movie, no matter how busy I am or how much work I have to complete. Friday, just always Harry Potter movie, and I'm currently on movie 5, The Order of Phoenix. I've just watched that recently, so I'm almost done. And after that, after I finish my Harry Potter Friday marathon, I'm about to watch movies by Studio Ghibli. I've never in my life watched a Studio Ghibli movie. It's embarrassing. So after that, I'm about to just watch Studio Ghibli movies one by one until I'll watch everything that is available on Netflix. I don't know if all Studio Ghibli movies are on Netflix. Also, it can vary by region and country. So, okay, well, that's it for today's video. I hope you have enjoyed it. Let me know what you have been watching. If you